Hey guys, back at another stream. How you guys doing today? You probably might hear a little mellow tone in my voice, but that's because I wasn't going to stream today. I really didn't have the vibe, but sometimes you know distracting yourself from certain things you're going through is the best way. It's the best method of doing things, and so I just decided to go ahead and stream, take my mind off certain things. To say the least, it's been a rough week mentally for me. But um, yeah, I might as well just give you guys a treat and keep going. But hey, Axe Potato, welcome, buddy. First time touching your live stream. I'm not sure I might say your name right. Giuseppe Noto? I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome to the stream, bud. Slim Gig. How you doing, man? Long time I haven't seen you around the channel, Slim Gig. How you been, buddy? It's been a while. Nice to see you on the stream here. See if anyone hopping on. I know it's an early stream. People start coming later on soon. But how's you guys? How's your week? How's everything? So what I'm going to do today is we're going to good enough. All right, I'll call you G. No problem. So today, if you guys watch the last stream, for those who watch the stream after the fact, so we installed the two linear rails in the front, and I had to order a new 250 millimeter linear rail because remember I messed this one up. So and I couldn't find just the carriage it by itself because it's a MGM9C. And I couldn't find the carriage itself, so I went ahead and just ordered an extra one. So I just have a spare rail, you know, I could use for some kind of occasion. So I ordered another 250 millimeter linear rail, so we can install that in the back. And then we're gonna try to see if we can install all of the belt today. So the belt for here, for the front motor assembly, the two front motor, and the back assembly for the bed. So we're gonna try to see if we can get that all done today. So we should be able to get it done in 2 hours. So plenty of time to get it done. Hey Ron, welcome to the stream, man. Nick, welcome to the stream, buddy. All right, so I'm gonna get cracking. And so that way we can kind of get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this because I got to install the idler. And this thing is gaining weight, by the way, guys. Like, it's really gaining weight. So it's pretty heavy right now. So we'll go ahead and we're going to install the idler. The back. This is for the back. So if you look here, let you guys see what I'm doing on the screen. There we go. So hopefully you guys can see that now, extra screen there. So you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So right now I'm going to install, I'm working on installing this right now. So that's what we got to do. So I'm going to go ahead and install the 30 millimeter pin, dowel pin, and the idler. So I'm going to be knocking with my hammer, so just bear with me. This should be pretty easy. Just going to tap it a little bit. little bit more. Sorry about the knocking, guys. If that bothers you, turn down your volume just a little. But we gotta like kind of knock this in a little bit. Bring it back this way just a tad. Went too much on one side. Just a little. Trying to find the best way to do this. Let me see if I can just hit it back. Try it this way. I think that's good enough. So there we go, guys. Install the dowel pin and the suited pulley. So now we can go ahead and bring up this guy back on the table here, and then we're going to install it. Alright. So this goes right here directly. This corner here. So we can go ahead and put in some rolling T-nuts. And Nuno, welcome, buddy. Trying to find some of my my tools to work this in here. Any project you guys working on right now? Anybody? So I know I said I was going to go ahead and build like an Ender clone, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm probably going to buy one. Just a cheap Ender to make to modify. So just look out for that. That'll be something else I want to purchase and play with. Okay. Let's see how much we need. We need one here. We need one more. I'm doing great, just a little bit, like a down mode. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm mentally drained, and not feeling the best, to be honest with you. But what's the best way to distract yourself than entertaining you guys? This week has been a rough one, no lie. Rougher than usual. this. Try money tight on money too tight to buy a filament. Yep. I'm gaining courage to disassemble my V0.1 gantry to switch to external joints. Hey, do it, man. Don't be afraid. Do it. I'm encouraging you. Do it. Do it, no. Yeah, everything's okay, man. I'm just mentally drained and dealing with stuff in my head here. Just emotions all over the place at the moment, you know. Alright, got it in. So now we're just gonna have to line this up and mount it. Always tinkering with my 0G Merc 1.1. Hey, them 0G looks really cool too. If I had another spear printer, I'll definitely mess with a 0G. I like the look of it, you know. I really like the look of it, the 0G. That's pretty cool. She's printing fine, but the joints are slightly cracked. Already have spare parts printed in case. Yeah, you definitely want to maintain that, man. Printer maintenance is very important, especially with these crazy high-speed printers. Definitely want to maintain them. Okay, so we got 2 screwed in here. Just got the third one to pull. Very good. But I don't want to pull it all the way yet until I get the third one in, so that way I can push it down to the frame a bit. I'm hoping that I have enough belts because this is all I have left of the 9mm belt. So I'm hoping that's enough to run everything, to belt up the belted Z. So we'll see if we have enough. If not, it's all good. We'll just make sure we have enough for next stream. It's a great printer, but thinking about building a printer from Voron's second project. Yeah, Rohan have some nice printer design, man. Make sure y'all supporting this channel. The dude is awesome. Great dude. Support his channel. I love the direction he's going with his channel. Um, there's a printer that he designed. It's similar to this design, which is the cross gantry stuff. When he's done with that, I would definitely love to build that on stream for sure. I would love to build that on stream. So that's something that I'm interested in. Also, guys, I got to share this with you. So I've been recognized a little bit. So Big Tree Tech have sent me some SKR3s and some stepper drivers to review. Now, I will definitely review this in a separate video. I'll make a video on these. I have my thoughts on these, you know, as a little review for them. As I like the fact that they're supporting little channels, small channel like mine. I'm not that big, but the fact that they send me some boards to review for them is really appreciated. So I'm gonna make a video about these SKR3s. I do like the SKR series of boards, anyways. So yeah, just look out for this video coming out sometime next week or so about these. So yeah, so I got some recognition. You know what I'm saying? Your boys got some recognition here, finally. So put that aside. Voron has some cool projects. He designs printer every week. Yes, he does. But I like that he has a lot of idea that he shares with us. You know, that's really cool. I just found that channel a couple days ago. Wow, nice, man. Cool. All right. All right. So now we got this installed. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys what that looked like. So as you can see, it's installed there just like the CAD. So that part is done. So now the next thing to do, we install the linear rail. So that 250 millimeter linear rail I have here. So that's next to go right here. So let's do that next, and then we can start working on the belt. Move this to the side here. All right, so let's get. Let me see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do maybe just like I did with the second one. I think I installed 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna do maybe 4 or 5 on this one. So let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna do 5 on this one. So. I'm so happy this is coming together nicely, guys. Like, I'm not rushing anything, so that way I don't damage anything. It's getting heavier and heavier each time we do a live stream, and we're completing a lot more, so bit of a relief. All right, so now we can go ahead and get some M3. Let's do it. We can do this. said 5, yeah? With 5, so 2 more here. Okay, so now we just gotta line this up. And line it up to the hole. I think we're good. So I'm gonna put one at the end here. One here. So every 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This last one I might have to split it the other way. All right. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot, guys. I apologize. Hey, welcome, guys. If I'm saying you right, I hope I'm saying your name right. Senzi, welcome. I've seen you around the channel. Some of the streams, Steve Bills, and join late. How's it going? No, you're not late. Actually, it's a 2-hour stream, so you're good. You're on time, buddy. It's going good. Making some progress on here. Making quite a bit of progress on here. It's going good. Just a complicated printer to build, you know? You gotta take your time with it. Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna just screw it down without lining it up. I have the printed tools. I'm just kind of getting the screws in place first, and then I'll just line it up from there. This one at the back is gonna really be a pain. Maybe it's not a good idea to put it that close. I don't know. Bit of a narrow space here. Let me see something. We'll go down to work, possibly. Look like it's working. Okay. All right, now we can take our printed piece, which is these 2 pieces that I printed in last week's stream. You know, bring it as close as possible there. There we go, that should keep it aligned. Then we can go ahead and tighten it down. Just making sure I'm following the cab. Yeah, right there. What about the K3 kit that was released? Hey, G Funny Money, Wagwan, brethren. Wagwan. Yes, Fabrico. Now, I haven't, from I bought this, when I bought this kit, well, I wouldn't call it a kit. It's like a partial kit. From Fabrico, I only just got the motor, the motors, the frame, and the paneling from them. Everything else I didn't buy from them. I kind of got everything else from Amazon and AliExpress. But in terms of the motor kit, the motor, the frame, and the paneling kit, I got from Fabrico. So I wouldn't say, unless they're making a full kit now, which would be awesome, it'd just be easier to just buy everything from them. But when I bought it, it was like a partial kit. It wasn't really a full kit. So, but if they're carrying a full kit release, that'd be awesome. That's great. Ooh, I didn't want to over tap it there. All right. Rails mounted, guys. Okay. All right. Let's see what the next thing we have to do now that we have the rails mounted. All right. Hey, Norbert, FBB. Hey, buddy, I'm glad you made it, man. I'm glad you're feeling better, too. Absolutely glad you're feeling better. And thank you. Appreciate it all. I really do appreciate it. Nick, it's pretty close to a full kit. Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, other than a few things to really grab, but it's pretty close. I mean, the fact that you're getting the panel, the paneling, the frame, and the motor, and the rails, and I think some odd and ends. I would say, yeah, 75% to a kit, you know, a few stuff that you could get by yourself. But yeah, I would agree that it's almost close to a full kit. Yeah, just missed electronics and stuff. Yeah, electronic and stuff, yep. All right. So the next step here is going to be to install these things here. So we got to install these. This is the next step, to install these and then run the belt. So we're going to install these 3 pieces here that you see, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to install the belt, and hopefully I have enough belt. If not, you know, that's just where I'm going to let off until we get enough belt, but I'm hoping that it's enough belt to like at least get all 3 done tonight. That's the goal. So all right, let's install these then. So one sits here like this, like so. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Before we do that, let me install the let's install the there's some bearings, I think F623 bearings, the small bearings, which are these things, very tiny bearings that use M3. So we gotta install it on all 3 of them. So one, 2, 3, 4, 2 more. There we go. Okay. Hey Grace, welcome to the channel, man. And I've been a fan of your printers for a while now. I have to get the stream. I'm glad you can get the stream, buddy. I appreciate that. Glad you could get the stream. So I just need 6 of these. Yeah. This one thing with this printer, man, like I know I keep hamping on it, but it's just very detail orientated, you know? Very detail orientated. I don't want to tighten it too much because this is like bearings, so I don't need to go overboard. And you're also screwing into plastic too, so you don't want to over thread anything. I think that's plenty enough. The Samjo G, I'm gonna call you that, man. Hopefully I don't mess up your name. But what's up, bro? Everything's good, man. I'm just building a K3 printer here. One of the most complicated printer to build, I tell you that much. Not hard to build, just complicated. And you gotta be very detailed because you can easily mess up. Want the K3 because I love how cross-entry looks, but between the price and bed size, I can't justify it right now. Working on my first sports wide BZ butt. Hey, great. BZ butt is great, and I can honestly agree with your. I can honestly agree with your assessment there. The K3 is very expensive for the bed size. I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's because of the way it's designed is what the cost is. The cost is in the design, honestly. If you look at the design, it's just very complicated. And it makes sense in a way when you see how it's set up. But the VZ butt is great. I have a VZ butt myself. Most of you guys know I have a VZ butt. So, and it's a badass, you know, course wide printer. So you're not really missing out here, honestly. I just like the design of the K3, you know? It's very unique. Let me not over-thread this thing here. Pay attention. I do remember you. I'm just trying to not mess up your name, but I do remember you. I remember you. You always comment on all my channel. I think I helped you out on Telegram with your. Remember that switch wire? I think you own a switch wire. So I remember you, buddy. Don't. I pretty much remember everybody. especially if I talk to you over Messenger or anything like that. Okay, I gotta pay attention, guys. I don't want to round this out. Let me work on the other side first. This thing looked like it was about to. We use if there's a shorter one to use. Let's use this one. Too thick. See, I remembered you. Grant's Auto Essential. It's coming along nicely. Thank you, buddy. It is definitely coming along nicely, guys. It is. It definitely is. Don't tell me I have no M3. The only one I have. Come on, behave. Take my time and work. Ooh. Uh-oh. This one is stubborn and I don't want to break it either. I gotta have a... You don't have a small one? There we go. Just needed some leverage. Yeah, that's plenty enough. I would say Fados Rapido Ultra High Flow. I actually like it on the VZ butt. Now, I kind of have a 2 VZ butt set up. So behind me, I do have my Trident VZ butt all-wheel drive. I'm still trying to tune that. Now, what I'm going to do is I don't like the MGM 12H rail I'm using. It's a little heavy, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to change this out, this whole setup, for a MGM 9H, just something a little lighter. Still going to keep the extrusion. I'm not going to go carbon fiber or anything like that because of the heat, and even though people say carbon fiber don't warp, it does warp. It does kind of change the shape a little bit. Strong, but it's still, when it comes to the heat in this, it does affect it. So I'm still going to keep my aluminum extrusion with just the MGM 12H setup, just a little bit lighter. But in terms of the hot end, yes, definitely a Rapido Ultra High Flow is the way with VZ butt, especially if you're planning on hitting like 12 to 15K acceleration with 300 millimeters a second speed. I'll get a Rapido. It's definitely worth it. little bit more on there. Y'all making me feel a little bit better already. Feel a little bit better. Oh, I hear cracking there. It didn't crack. I hope this didn't use a different size. Let me check, because I don't want to screw the wrong size in here. Let me check. So I'm kind of assuming it was the right size to use, but who knows? Probably not going to let me hit the... I wish there was a better way to highlight just the screw, but it won't let me. Just won't let me highlight just the screw. I'm hoping that this is the size because it just looks, it already feels tight. So we'll see. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. I think we're fine. Thanks, Jazzy. Alright, so as you can see, they're all installed with the F23 bearings. So now we just got to get it mounted onto the linear rails here. This sucker is so heavy, it's getting weighty. Can your cooling keep up with the Rapido? Honestly, no. The cooling can't keep up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to be finding a balance. Well, first of all, the duct that I'm using on the Rapido is not the way it points the flow of the air. It's not the greatest. So there's some part when I'm printing real fast, you can see the ABS kind of curling up just a little bit. You can see it bubbling up on the parameter. So I would say the cooling is not the greatest, so I have to be finding a balance between speed, acceleration, and cooling. I'm not sure what's up with that, but someone said to try the the EVA 3.0 Carriage setup, Toolhead. but the Ever looks bulky, like it looks chunky compared to the Ever 2.4. So I don't really want to go to the Ever 3 just because it just looks bulkier than necessary. So I don't know what I'm going to do about cooling, honestly. It's a little bit disappointing there because the actual stealth burner that I had on this prior to me converting it to a Trident all-wheel drive VZ butt mashup was actually much better in cooling. The stealth burner was much better in terms of cooling. So, and I guess because of the airflow optimization they did on the stealth burner, it actually cooled in the area that's needed. This case with the Tryon that I'm using, with the Ultra Flow, it's not, I don't know, for some reason it's not cooling the way I want it to. Don't get me wrong, it can push out a lot of airflow, but you don't want too much airflow with printing ABS. It's just gonna warp off the bed. So, so I'm gonna have to figure out a solution there. So. PLA. I print PLA on my my VZ butt, the one that's not enclosed over in the corner there, and then on my rest of my Voron stuff, I just print mainly ABS. So that way I don't have to go back and forth between the filaments. And I can understand if you have one or two printer, that makes sense, but not sure if I need to pull. That all depends. If you're going really fast, like if you're trying to go Vez Simon VZ butt speeds, you're talking about 2 meters a second with some insane speed, or even 1 meters a second with some stupid acceleration like 50,000, then I can understand needing the RSCS or CPAP, like just crazy cooling. But if you're not planning on doing that, the regular an overvolted 50-15 fan, 12 volt overvolted is actually plenty enough. That's what I use on my VZ butt, and it's plenty enough to print PLA. And I print PLA on that at 15K, 250 millimeters a second, and it works pretty good. So just depends on what your goal is. It's how much cooling you need in that case. I actually do have the fans for the RSCS cooling. Like I have 2 of the fans and I still haven't mounted it yet. That's something to do later down the road. It's a plan to do, but I haven't decided to incorporate it on my VZ butt yet. But it's something to do. But I do have the fans if I ever need to go ahead and do it. Hey, 3P Namish, welcome, buddy. Hey, welcome to the stream. All right, so now let's install these things here. This one goes like this. Oh, you're welcome. Great. Yeah, absolutely, man. I don't mind you guys asking me questions. I like to share. I have a ton of knowledge that I like to share. So if you guys have any questions, just ask. I mean, I have so much videos I can do and just got a little bit distracted and lazy to do them. But I've got a couple of stuff that I run into that I can definitely share with you guys. I just need to get the time to make more videos again. Is it? It's a little loud. I can definitely drop it down a tad bit for you, but Let me do that for you. Let me know how that sounds. I scaled back the music a little bit for you guys. Alright. So we got one installed here. I also run an overvolted park cooling fan on all my printers. Haha, usually 18 volts. Yep. 12-volt fan that is. LOL, I got 2 young kids I can hear you about. I got 2 young kids I can hear you about, not enough time. True. All right. This looks good. So now let's install the other side. I want to over tighten this thing. Just want to make sure they're snug. That's it. All right. Alright, good. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Awesome, dude. Glad I could help. Yeah, I don't want the music drown out my voice. So. There we go. I feel so much better now, guys. Like, it's a whole lot of progress I made. Like, coming into this, I doubted myself. I was like, man, can I build this printer? But now, getting this far in the build, I feel a little bit more confident that I can actually build it and get it going. I'm hoping after I build this printer that it spark one of you fellas to follow my footsteps and build a K3, and so that way we can kind of get K3 on the map. I think this printer has a nice presence to have. The build plate, I agree with the build volume. It's a little small, but this is just really to make rapid printing parts, like just the rapid print ABS or ASA or one of those things, because this is pretty quick. So this will be the purpose of this printer for me, is to just rapidly print some parts that I may need, you know? So if you guys can follow my footsteps and build K3 as well, I'll be super happy. And that would diversify the Voron dominance. Don't get me wrong, I love Voron too, but I feel like this printer definitely needs its own shine in the spotlight. And that's why I'm kind of doing it. All right, so let's install the third piece here. All right, so this goes like so. Do I have enough, I think? I hope I do. I have enough M12 actually. slightly smaller screws. Agreed. Hey, you know, yeah, for sure, buddy. Yeah, if I can build a K3 at this point, I can build anything. And that was, um, to be honest with y'all, I don't want to ruin it right now, but I have a goal to build a K2. Now, the K2 is much bigger and more massive and more expensive. Um, I would love to build one, honestly, because now that I built the K3, that's the goal is to build another one, but not the K3 again. Just a bigger K2. The K2 is just a little bit more beefier and just massive. So if I can build this for sure, I might just take on that challenge. Of course, I got to get the funds going first before I, attempt that stuff. But just look out for something like that because, like I promised you guys from last year, that I wanted to build this and I made it come true. So now that's on my goal. That's one of my goal printer to build too. And of course, I don't want much space. I might sell one of my Vorons. Just sell one of my Vorons. Maybe the V1.8 back there. Once I get it going, I might just sell that and just use the cost there to kind of build a K2. Just to further diversify all the printers I have. And that's just, more experience with the printers. Okay. I don't want to over tighten it, so I'm just being careful. This is way too long. Now, don't get me wrong, I still want to build a big K3. I just don't know how I'm going to achieve that yet because, again, the way the bottom is set up, it's a little different. And but I still want to attempt to do something like that. I think it'll be fun to just oversize it and see what happens as an experiment. A couple little things to do, a couple little projects I would like to just do and finagle with. Alright, so now I got all three of these things installed here. So let's see if we can get the belt going. This should be fun. Alright. Okay, so belt. Let's try to do this side first. I don't think I have enough belt, but we'll see. Alright. Let's see this side. So I'm gonna run the belt like that. So it seems like it's best to get the belt around this first and then go from there. So trying to see what the best way to do this, like how much to cut. What build volume is? I think the K2, is much bigger. I could have sworn it's like 350 by 350. It's close to like, it's pretty big. It's not small. Or close to like 500 by 500, but it's pretty big. The K2 is pretty huge. Yeah, it's around the same size as a Voron 2.4 Trident. You can make it big, like 350 by 350. It's around that size. Yes, Josh has one. That's who I saw. That's the video I saw, and I was like, yeah, I definitely feel like I want to build one. So yeah, Josh Moore has one for sure. A lot more expensive, guys. No, it's not cheap. You're talking about a lot more expensive stuff, a lot more stuff. It is not cheap. If you think of V2 350 is cheap, V2.4 that thing's expensive. K2 is expensive. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I'm trying to figure out what's the best route, like best way to measure the belt. I don't think I have enough belt. I also don't want to waste it, so I'm gonna see what's the smartest way to go about this. Based on here, it's like you want the belt run down. Okay, so one's like this. This is interesting. Okay. Height. Okay. Kind of understand it a little bit. So this is very complicated. I kind of understand what to do, but I'm just trying to still. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this on the side so I can see what I'm doing. See. I have a K3 if you need a hand. What are the main difference between the K3 and K2 and K3? K2 is larger, different tool head, correct? Yep. Just need to get my money tree to grow faster. K3 is definitely a challenging build, but also when it's done, you doubt the belt. You doubt the belt over through this. Oh, okay, all right. I'm just gonna call you PT for now. Call you PT, make it easy. All right, so I'm having a difficult time trying to get. All right, so the way this is set up, how I'm seeing the belt path here. How do you like? Is there like a opening to run this belt? It's like kind of a little confusing. I know it's curved, but I'm not sure. Like, you know, let me grease this a little bit because I'm just trying to get the belt in there, and it's not going in as smooth as I like it to. Start it from the top. Start it from the top where the screw is. Oh, okay. So in that case, it will be run the belt all the way through. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Kind of see it kind of budging through there. Something stopping it from coming through the bottom. Hey, Zombie Hedgehog, welcome, buddy. How long until it's printing? When I'm done? I can't tell you quite when. I mean, I'll be lying to myself if I'm telling you like next week or the week after. I'll be lying, but hopefully sometime before the end of the year. You know, that's the goal, but we'll see. I'm having a little trouble trying to get the belt to pop his head out right here. Trying to use a screwdriver, the flathead to kind of push it out the hole because it looks like it's stuck in there. Oh, no problem, man. I'll see you around next time. Take it easy. Come on. Like I see the belt through that little hole at the back here, but it's like it's stuck on something. Like it won't come through that little hole. Hey, you can cut the belt like you do filament to help if it's a okay. Let's do that. See, when you have some help, man. Thank you, buddy. PT, you're coming in like a champ right now, bud. See, when you have someone with experience on each side, it makes things a little easier. So I just cut the belt like, cut a little corner of it. At an angle Yeah, man, you're doing great. Looks good so far. Appreciate you, man. I'm trying. Okay, let's cut this at an angle. Let me do a steep angle on it. See what happens. This thing is. Boy, I see a piece of it, but it refuses to get whatever it is. How is it angled? It's there we go. Got a little piece of it. I can grab onto it. Uh, Come on. Hey, Squirrel Brain. It's going good, except this belt path here is a little challenging than I thought. Here in my head, thinking like, yeah, I got this going, and but thanks to PT helping me out, there's a piece of the belt finally pushed out, but I need something to kind of like grab it. Um, think, sir. Think. Oh, let's try this. There we go. Kind of got a piece of it. Come on, behave. Oh my God, it's almost there. It's just like giving me a hard time to. Can you grab it with a X-Acto or something? Force it works. Yeah, I mean, it's right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but it's like literally there's a little tip there to grab it on, but I'm trying not to also damage the plastic part either. Come on, belt. There we go. Behave. Jeez, so close. Let me see. I don't know, y'all. Let me do something. I got an idea. I got an idea. Hold on. Got an idea. I'm gonna cut off some of this, just a little bit of the, you know, the thread pad that the belt get latched onto, because I'm not gonna use that anyways. Once it gets through, then I can finish the rest. But I'm gonna take off some of this, and I think that will help it get in there. try not to cut myself in the process. All right. All right, that makes it a little flatter. So let's see if we can get it in there now. To the gauge 9mm medium rare. I should have bought some gate belt, man, to be honest with you. And I do own gate belt, but they're all 6mm belts and not 9. But I should have bought some gate belts. These are just, you know, your standard fiberglass reinforced belts, which do work well, when, especially in an enclosure. But I think I should have just invested extra money here and make gate belt in this case. This thing refused to go in, like refused to can't get my grip on it. Come on. I really don't want to damage this thing. Let me try the next side, guys. Let me try one side. I don't want to fight with that. Let me try the other side out of curiosity. And I'll come back to that. We're all going to do the same thing. Yeah, it pops out at the bottom here. I see the little piece, but that's all I get. That's just a little. You know what? I have extra belts. I'm gonna cut it just a little thinner, just to see if I can get piece in there. Hold on. Do you run one pipe per system or what? Yes, I do run one pipe per system. Yes, that worked. That worked. Okay. All right. So I know what to do. I had to. All right. So what I basically did was I had to cut the belt a little narrow. So as you can see, I had to cut it just slightly narrow just to get it in, and not pop out the head there. So let me grab a. Yeah, that worked. See? Oh my God. That That was gonna be a fight tonight. That was gonna be a fight tonight. All right. Let me see how much belt I have left after this, but we'll try to run it and see what we have left. Let me flip it on the side here. Just make it easy to run. Trying to keep up with chat here. Let me see for a second. If you're looking for a decent available Pi alternative, look at Mellow 5 Pi. I have two now. Wi-Fi, some Marvel campus. I'm using hundreds of bucks on my phones. Hey PT, thank you man for that. Hey listen, if you didn't come on the stream, buddy, I'll still probably be struggling to try to get the belt going, okay? So I really do appreciate you right now. Like, you came in clutch, buddy. You came in clutch just in time too. Because I would have been fighting with the belt, trying to figure out what my print tolerance was off, what is going on, but yeah. Thanks. I really do appreciate that because yeah, I was struggling there for a second. Trying to find that piece of the belt there at the bottom. There we go. And then I'm guessing this goes somewhere, but we'll see. We'll see. Where does this go? Okay, so it goes where that L is, right here. I may have enough belt to maybe run like 2 of them, but we'll see. Just seems I may only have enough belt for 1 or 2. Hold on. I might be able to do all 3. I just gotta figure out how to measure this out a little bit. So let's cut this part off. Gonna measure. So far, when I see, I don't see much about the K3. It looks to be a triple Z bed and all-wheel drive pantry. Yeah, but if I'm available, I'll hop on when I see you. Same username on the ANNEX Discord. Also goes through the part. Thank you, PT. I appreciate that, man. I'll be hitting you up because, yeah, man. I'm glad a couple of young guys that built K3s hop on because sometimes it's nice to have an extra eye on what you're doing. So I'm guessing this ties into here. Yeah, okay, so I guess we can just kind of bring it up a little bit. I don't want to use too much of it, so I need a little bit more. Yeah, the gantry setup is insane, man. It's so unique, and this is why I fell in love with the K3. The gantry setup, I mean, it's just different. I know it's basically Cartesian. Like, I mean, let's be honest, it's a Cartesian, but it's still cool looking. Like to see two linear rails just in like suspended air moving, you know, it's pretty neat. I want to say, okay, I see. I think that's plenty enough. So let's bring it back up here. I think that's plenty. I would say I don't need all that, just because I needed a little tension there. So I'm trying to find where I need to cut. I'll say pull back just a little bit. Then I said that's plenty enough right there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I think you got all three. Remember to secure the outer end with a screw like you did with the XY. Okay, I will do that first. Hello there. Welcome, Richard. Oh, I see the triple belt is sick. Don't cut it. Oh, don't cut it yet. All right. I won't cut it yet. I won't cut it yet. So, so it needs to be like this, right? Right, with a screw on the top. Please look at the screen. LOL. No, put it down. All right, let me look. Let me pay attention. Hold on. Oh, okay. Ah, I see. Oh, okay, I see. I should have never cut the little tip part yet, though. I kind of got what I did wrong there. Kind of see where I messed up just a little bit there, because now I'm gonna have to get this secured into the thing. Yeah, here's the challenge now is I have a little belt. I might have enough, but here's the thing. I know I have the screws to fold on itself, but how do you get it in there? Like how? Because I don't know if there's enough space to even fold it. To push down in there now. Now looking at it. So loop the belt over the screw about half an inch out. Mesh the belt teeth. Oh, and then pull through. Ah, just, you're right. And you've been saying it the whole time, PT. You've been saying it just like you did with the XY, where you push it in and then you pull the teeth. Got it. Got it. Got it. It clicked. It clicked. Got it. It clicked. See what I'm saying, guys? That you got to pay attention. That's the trick with this. You have to pay attention to those little details that you would definitely mess up. Thanks for reminding me, bud. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming on the stream today. I would definitely have messed up. All right, now I know what to do. Now I kind of know exactly what to do. All right, so about, I want to say that's probably plenty enough. Cut right there. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So we'll cut that with a piece. There we go. All right, I gotta pull it now. I'm gonna pull it down before I put the screw in. There we go. Which way is it facing? In. Got it. Whew. Okay. PT, you're the man, bro. Listen, dude. Can I thank you for coming onto the stream? I'm actually gonna thank you, sir. Thank you. Woo. You just saved me there, buddy. You just helped me a whole ton just now. All right. So now we just got to get. Hey, Robert, welcome, buddy. I haven't seen you in the stream in a minute, but welcome. When you get the screw in, try to pull hard and make sure it's going to hold. LOL. That'll be good, man. I'm here for you. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That would have been, yeah. All right, so at least now I know I got one belt down, so I'm happy about that. I'm super stoked right now. So we can go ahead and I'll make sure this thing lined up so that way I have my belt back looking good. Good. Alright. So I just gotta line up the teeth here. I want it I don't want it too long. I just want it just enough in there. Probably about right there. Okay. Probably about right there. Hey, Jprince. Hey, welcome, man. I see you around a lot too, Jprince. I see you around a lot, so I'm glad you could make it to a stream, man. All right, I think I got it. I just gotta kind of tighten it down. So I at least have one belt down, fellas. You can use a longer screw to get that started if need to. All right, that sounds good to me. Let me see if this can reach it first, because I think I pushed it. I think I got it down pretty well. Let me, just to verify. I think I got it down pretty well. I might not need one, but let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of push it down just a little further. Use my manly strength here without breaking anything. Yep, I got it down flat. So shouldn't need a longer screw. So we're good. Just gotta screw it in. Hey, PT, I appreciate you, man. I know I keep saying it, but I really do, because I'm telling you, if you weren't here, I would have really messed up. And y'all know I messed up before, and I would have really janked that one up, man. I would have set myself back a little bit there. Yeah, Jprince. It's a K3. And since I'll tell you this, I love this printer just because it's also challenging to build. The most complicated printer I'm building so far, and it's just very detailed printer, man. Like, you got to pay attention to a lot of little nuances, and I think that's what I'm learning with this printer. I think I said it. Just little nuance you got to pay attention to, else you're just gonna mess up. Um, and it's also cramped too. It's such a small space to work in, so it's just like certain things are a little awkward. And I know I could use like a lot of the screw stuff. I could just use like a powered, like a small light battery powered screwdriver, but I'd rather do it by my hand. I mean, I'm messing with plastic. I don't want to break anything. So, in certain positions, man, it don't make sense to even use a screwdriver on it, because you just, it's just awkward. So, the bed size is 180 by 180. Did you order the safety springs? Yes, I did order. You remind me of something else, PT. The safety springs too. Like, that's also very. Like, I know what it's for now. Looking at the bed kinematics, like the weight setup, you can clearly see that it just basically the bed is just sitting on these the 8mm dowel pin, the F320 bearings, and then the pin is just adding pressure to keep it in place. Like, it's not like a ton of pressure, but just to keep it on those bearings. It's very interesting design. I'm kind of curious why it's the case, because it's not fully bolted down. It's not like the bed is bolted down like let's say a Trident, or a Trident is fully bolted down. This is just sitting on dowel pins, F3 bearings, and then using the spring as tension to keep the bed in place. Like, it's very interesting. Like, you can clearly see that. Interesting. No, you can ask as much question as you want, guys. I'll answer. So Fabrico has I want to say 75% kind of kit, in my opinion. It seems like, because you don't get the electronics with it, but you get like you can get the frame, the motors, the what's the word, what I'm looking for now, the and I said it earlier too, the housing, basically the cover, like the paneling. There you go, paneling kit. So you get the whole paneling kit, the glass front, the glass door, and I think you can get the linear rails and the bearing, some of the bearing stuff with it. I think the smaller nuanced things, you might have to self-source that. But I would say like it's a 75% kit. Call it that. That's what I'm gonna call it. Yeah, the enclosure and the rails, correct. Yeah. Yeah, this is all. Yeah, now I wish I kind of had something else to screw this in. Let me use this. It's so awkward. Let me push this up a little further so I can actually get it in. Yes, Fabrico is based in the US, and Hector is awesome. Such a nice guy. Listen, guys, I'm not like, they're not paying me for any promotion, but let me tell you, this was one of the best buying experience I've had in a long time. And Hector is very patient, answering your questions right away over Facebook Messenger. Was very cool, asking me a bunch of questions about my build. Just really personable, like really, really on point. If there's a delay, he'll let you know. You can ask him. Just very, when I say customer service is A1. Fabrico customer service is definitely A1. Just really, really cool dude to interact with. So yes, 100% have my support. I'll buy anything from them again. What, am I invisible? Ain't no one answering my question, but some dude comes and asks a bunch of questions. No, you're not invisible, man. You're good. You're good. I promise, buddy. You know you're not invisible. Hey, don't forget. Hey, Nomad FPV. Don't forget, I have you on Messenger, buddy. We've been friends for a while. All right. Don't you start your shenanigans over here. I'll be blowing up your phone after this stream. You know what? Now I'm gonna tease you because I thought about putting a CAN bus on this bill, but if you keep up your foolishness, I might not. Oh, gotcha. Well, I'm glad I could help there. Yeah, the only thing about this is just the awkward position the screw is in. So it's a little, and you have to go between the belts for it. So it's just a little awkward to kind of wind the stuff in. I even noticed it with doing with the belt tension, and like it's very not the friendliest of place to tension the belt here. You know what, man? I'm gonna start using. I'm just gonna do it this way because this is taking a whole too long of a time to get done. So I know I said I was gonna use the spider board, guys, but to be honest with you, I'm probably gonna use the octopus board. I don't trust the spider board I have. It's a revision 1.1, I think, and I've had it sitting for about a year, almost a year now. Um, so, and I know there's already like a config that is set up for the spider. But I'm pretty good at making my own config. I can just copy and paste. It's not a big deal. It's pretty easy for me to do stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna just get an octopus board and then copy and paste certain things from the config and go from there. I personally was personal about how metal and clothes try it on. Basically, they want to run and currently build custom IDEX. There you go. And I know you love that PI sheet I recommend, don't it now? Nomads. Nomads. I know you like that PI sheet I recommend. Alright, I don't know how tight the belt should be. I'm not going to go overboard with the belt tightening. I just want a little bit of tension in the belt. So I'm not really going to go overboard with it. Maybe there's another turn on it. Feels kind of good. All right. Got one belt ran. Oh, nice. Very nice. All right. I'm happy. I'm happy. Oh, my goodness. I know. You know how we roll, buddy. I know you're playing. It's all good. Did you look at the boards Annex? I think I've looked at Annex storefront. I haven't looked at the board they sell. I might take a look at that. I know. It's all good. I figured that already, man. You know how we roll in the chat. All right, y'all. Let's see if I can do one more. Just do the other side, and then I'll call the stream because I'm kind of in the mood, so I might as well just get the other side done, and then we can call the stream. Let me get the other side done real quick. Now that I know what to do. One step closer to finishing this thing, man. Alright, so let's cut this thing. All right, so the bed part, um, I wasn't prepared for, to be honest with y'all. I'm pretty sure the next stream is definitely the bed, like all the mounting of the bed. But I haven't drilled a hole yet, so I'll show y'all. I haven't did all the drilling. I do have a drill. Let me see if I can find my bed real quick. So this is my bed. It's a correct dimension I got from what's that company? Midwest Steels. It's a cast aluminum bed. I can't quite remember the size. I know it's about 7" by something 7". So I just got to drill the hole. So the next stream, which is it's not gonna be long. So don't worry, guys. The next stream is probably gonna be like next because we have I have a Thanksgiving break from my work, where I work at. So we got a whole week off next week. So the next stream won't be that long. I won't be able to stream on Thursday, but I'll probably stream on like a Wednesday or Tuesday, and I'll have a lot more time to kind of like to dedicate a lot more hours in the stream. So don't worry. The next thing is the bed and any other thing that I can put together in that meantime. So we're getting close. So until I put the hole in, we can't do the bed tonight. Let's work on this now. There we go. Oh my God. Look how easy that was. That was easy. Didn't have to struggle that time. Yeah, that PI sheet is great, man. Like I said, that Gizmo, I still think it's like again the best PI sheet I've used. Gizmo Dork's PI sheet is just phenomenal, phenomenal. Like it's smooth PI sheet, but it works so well. It holds on to prints like nobody's business, no warping. Just yeah, you ain't catching me using no other PI sheet. Once I use it, like that's it. That's all I use. And I'm probably going to get it on my K3 too. I'm going to buy some for it. I have a glass build plate, which I'm going to end up using on my K3 if I can fit it on there somehow. Trying to get this belt to behave. Just trying to curl up. All right. Belt is trying to. All right. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I feel very accomplished tonight. Yo, PT, thanks for your help again, man. I feel very accomplished tonight. Like, very accomplished. Next stream is the bed and everything, and it's gonna start to look like it's supposed to look. Super excited. Actually, I think there's plenty of belt. Actually, you might be right. There's plenty of belt to run the third one. Actually, so let me bring it back up a little bit. Let's get this cut here. Some of that right there, and then cut back right there. Oh, okay. All right. Hell yeah, bro. That was the best I've done. Oh, one of my questions I had is that I didn't get an answer. Is the bed kinematic mounted? Yeah, just like PT said it. That's like what PT said, Norman. It rides on these pins. I'll show you. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys real quick. So if you look at the bed, if you look at the cat on the screen, you see what it rides on? So it really doesn't mount. Like it does. All right. It's weird to say. I'm trying to word it the right way. It's kind of fixed in place, but not really fixed. So if you look, it's just sitting between these. So this plastic piece is mounted to the extrusion. Then you have a pin which gives this tension, right? So the pin allows tension on top of this. So on top of here, it just rests between these F20, 623 bearings, and then this pin, the spring, just put tension on it. So I wouldn't say it's like fully fixed. It's just resting, and then the spring just giving tension on it. So I wouldn't say you can just lift it up and take it off, but if you could, you just remove the spring, and the whole thing just lifts up off the mounts here. So it's clever. It makes sense when you really look at the design. It makes sense to do it that way because it allows the bed some kind of wiggle room in terms of Z tilting and whatever. It just allows the bed to have some not to have Z banding. That's the best way I can think of. It allows the belt to move back and forth, it seems, without being too tight on the frame, which kind of makes sense. I'm just thinking in my head like how the kinematic is set up. It's clever when you really look at it. Um, yeah, PT, super clever how it's designed. It makes a lot of sense. And actually, this is what I wanted to do with my Trident too. The way when I was looking at the CAD last night, I was thinking I may can turn my Trident to mount something like this because I really do like the way the motor, the belted motor, and everything is designed here. That I can just use this part, the Z portion, on a Trident. I just like the way this to me. It's just a clever setup. It just looks pretty slick. You can take off the whole bed and work on the bed without messing with everything else, and then put it back on real easy. Just really cool. So, yeah, very slick design. All right. So the last one here, trying to see how far I want it. So I might just cut it just a little bit here because it's too long. Take off a little piece. Oh, it's over here. Just measuring, see where I want to cut. That looks good. So we can just cut off. All right, now we can kind of move it up a bit. I'm going to try to use this to wind it down a little bit because this is the part I'm not really a fan of, is the screwing part for the tensioner. So I'm just going to use this to kind of take down some of that length. And then we'll use something else to tighten it up. Hey Luke, hey! Welcome Luke, I'm glad you could make the stream. I'm almost done with this stream tonight, but I'm just trying to put up this last belt here, and then I'm gonna call it. But I'm glad you could at least make the stream, man. Curtis, welcome to the stream, bud. Jag, have you gone to CPAP on your VZ butt yet? No, I haven't. I definitely, it's something I want to do for sure. Don't get me wrong, it's something I want to do. But keep in mind, on the VZ butt that I have just sitting right over there, I'm using glass panels instead of plexi. So I can't, I don't know. All right, here's the trick. I tried to drill hole in glass and it didn't turn out well for me. Like it literally shattered. And it could be something I'm doing wrong. It'd be cool to just drill the hole in the glass and then mount the CPAP that way. But I might just have to go plexi with the VZ butt and in order to mount the CPAP. But I have the fans for the CPAP already. I'll show you. I have both of them. These are massive fans. So as you can see, I have both of them there. There's one here. I have another one sitting over there. So I do have the fans ready. I just haven't had the time to really to mount it yet. But that's something I'm planning on doing for sure. That is definitely something I'm planning on doing. No, you ain't derailing, man. You're free to ask any question but pertaining to printers, so it's no problem. Yeah, they're huge fans, man. They're huge fans. But like I said to someone early in the stream when they asked, in my honest opinion, if you're not doing like any crazy sort of speed with your VD bot, like my VZ bot is conservative. Like, I mean, 15K acceleration, 250 millimeters a second. I wouldn't really say that's conservative for PLA, but in the aspect of things of how fast VZBot can print potentially, um, honestly, if you're not going like Vez crazy speeds, if you're not doing 30K, 40, 50K acceleration at like 500 millimeters a second, some crazy speed, I wouldn't see the need for the CPAP fan. But if you're just doing conservative print speed like 15K, 10K, 20K the most with PLA, a overvolted 12 volt 5015 fan can do the job. Like it push out quite a bit of air. So and that's what I'm running on mine, and I haven't need to really put a CPAP in yet. But I just have it just in case down the road I want to do something crazy with the VZ bot. I can I have the tools there to increase the cooling capacity. So hey Rohan, hey. Nah, it's all good, man. I know you're late, but it's all good. I'm glad you made it though. Thanks to our PT, I would have had a meltdown, a whole belt melt. I'm trying to run the belted Z here, and I would have had a whole meltdown if he wasn't here to kind of remind me to pay attention to the CAD, and so disaster avoided. If not, you shouldn't need a CPAP. You can use either RC or dual. Yeah. Yeah, a single 5015 fan. Just make sure it's 12 volt and just overvolt it. Just get a 12 volt one, overvolt it. They push a little bit more air, and it should be plenty enough with the Tryon duct. Like it actually pushes quite a bit. So I don't think you're gonna need more than that. But Vez Simon has a crazy setup, so I can see him needing all that cooling. It is coming along nicely. Making progress every stream, man. I know it's taking a little bit to build, but that's because I'm just taking my time and I'm doing everything on stream. And I work during the day, so if I never worked during the day, it would have been I would have a lot more time to build it. But I also want to keep my promise and build this completely on stream. So as you can see, I'm not really doing anything off stream. I'm doing everything on stream, so you guys get a full full experience there with me building it. I'm actually kind of happy I did build it on stream because some of the mistakes I've made, I would have pulled my hair out by now. So thanks for people who actually built it. Um, their guidance has really made this a little bit more easier. Hey, Luis Perez, welcome, man. No problem, man. There's more stream. I'm off next week, so there'll be a little bit longer stream next week. I'll kind of post the date after this stream, so you guys can catch that. I'm gonna try to do it where I'm not interfering with Nero or Steve build stream. But no worries, you'll definitely catch a slightly longer stream sometime next week. But I'm glad to see your face, man. Glad to see you come around. Appreciate you. Yeah, if you're not printing over 200 millimeters a second when the VZ, but yeah, you don't need a CPAP. You can just use a Tryon fanned up, overvolted 50-15 fan, plenty of air. You'll be good to go. I'm trying not to over tighten this. Maybe a little bit more I can get away with. Yeah, I think that's good. Yep. All right. So there we go, guys. Got 2 of them mounted. Oh, I'm super happy right now. Nice. All right, fellas. That's a night's work right there. Next stream, I'm gonna do the last one, and then mount the bed. So the bed, by that time, I'll drill the hole for the bed and everything, so that way we can kind of mount it and get it mounted on here. So that will be the next setup, is to mount the bed stuff, and then after that, whatever else comes, you know, because at that point, we'll have the bed in place. I'll maybe do these as well, like the clicky probe and the nozzle wipe. We can probably mount that as well, and then pretty much after that point, it's just really to wire up everything. Like, you know, well, sorry, tool head. Got to get the tool head done. I do have my thing printed here, like my Sharper Mini is what I'm going to be using in this case. So we'll get the tool head mounted. So bed and tool head next week. That's the goal. Bed, tool head, and after that, just kind of wiring up everything at that point. Just kind of putting panels on. So we're close. I want to say by December, by the end of December, somewhere like that, or beginning of December, should be done, close to being done with it. We're kind of close. We're kind of close. Can I see your party plate? Which PT? Which party plate? What are you talking about exactly? What do you think about tap for the 2.4 and Trident? I'm a little concerned about the build plate being pitted. I use a PEI sheet directly on the MI6 plate. I type mine personally. I would just say be careful when you're doing it, but I have a oh, you want do you mean this? Are you talking about this here? You want to see that close up? Hope you can see that. Yeah, I would say yeah. Drilling the head into the plate can be best. I mean, I'm very careful now. Keep in mind, I do have a little a bench press when I do my holes, and I use a slightly bigger, of course, you use a slightly bigger drill bit to kind of drill it down a little bit, and then I use the size of the actual screw that I'm using to drill the rest, and it actually works really well. I try not to put too much pressure on it when I'm doing it to not cause a problem, but yeah, I've done all of my beds. All the beds you see here on my printers, I've drilled them all, did them all myself, and they turn out really, really good without running into too much issues. Um, I PI sheet directly at MI6 plate. That's actually not a bad idea. The only reason why I don't do that way, I prefer glass. I use borosilicate glass on PEI sheet on top of borosilicate glass, just for that. I want to say extra flatness, but just like a in between on top of that, because just in case I want to adjust the screws on my build plate, I can adjust the screws if need be. Um, but that's the only reason why I use glass, because I don't really want it to be permanent on there. Um, but using a PI sheet directly on the MI6 is not a bad idea either. You know. Yeah, it's moving. I'll show you what it moves like. I'll give you an idea. So now there's some resistance, of course, because the belt is there, but it moves nicely though. I don't have to fight with it. It moves. It moves nicely. So it moves. The only thing I don't like, and I've said this before, I really don't like the long boys stepper motor. Like I'm not a fan of zero point 0.9 degrees motors. They're so loud. Look, this is not even plugged in, and it's making all this noise. It's not even plugged in yet. So imagine when it's moving about. Like that is way too much noise. So eventually, I'm gonna change them out for some 1.8 degree motors, um, just to bring the noise down just a little bit. Because I know these things scream, and they're definitely gonna scream. Um, no, no, I mean the top mod for the 2.4 and Trident. It's for direct nozzle probing. Oh, the top mod. Okay, okay, now I see what you're saying. So, um, here's my thing on that. Man, I will still stick with a cookie probe. I'm gonna be honest with you because that top, I don't mind that. I don't know. I've mixed a mixed opinion on that new way of probing. Just because it's the nozzle hitting your your bed, and at 600 milligrams of like force, it's not. I mean, to hit it directly on like 6 millimeter MI6 plate is not the problem, but hitting it directly on the PEI sheet could leave some dents, leave some pits in it, especially if the nozzle's hot. Um, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that mod, to be honest with you. Like I like everything Voron, but that one for me is I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I like the Cookie Probe, to be honest with you. Cookie Probe works great. I don't have to worry about it. Did I lose a probe in the mid of probing? Yes. Don't get me wrong. When the probe die, when the mechanical probes die, it's horrendous to just see your build plate just crushing your tool head like this. Okay, so I'm not gonna say that I haven't had a mechanical switch die on me. However, I still prefer that over the new Voron tap, to be honest with you, because it just seems like I don't know, I don't know how I feel about it. I have to see it more in order for me to get a full opinion on it, but mm, I don't know. It's interesting though. Just kind of bring the nozzle right up against the bed, and PI picks after material. You're gonna have to nozzle on. The camera was shaking like I run 5160s at 48 volts. I can see that. Yeah, that's supposed to be a beast though. Beast setup. It's you like the sound? I mean, I know the sound is not bad for sure. Like the sound, it's not an annoying sound. I guess for me it's just the loudness. You know, the loudness because it gets pretty loud. I guess we'll see when I get it up and running and printing at stupid speeds. We'll see how it sounds, and based on that, I'll decide whether I want to change it. But I'm just motor sounds after a while does get annoying. It's pretty slick. Worked pretty well. Sorry I'm late. Hey Richard, not. All right, so just a brief summary. So you know, for those who came late, all I did today was we just mounted these hinges that the bed rests on. I would call it kinematic mounts that the bed rests on. So I went ahead and just put some heat inserts in them. I did that off the stream though, because that, you know, that was pretty easy to do. But I went ahead and put the F23 bearings on top, mounted it on the carriage of the linear rail, and then mounted the belt, and then mounted this idler in the back here, this idler. So that's really all you missed. I was gonna run the third one, but you know, I'm getting a little tired and beat and hungry, so that's why I'm gonna end the stream here. But next week though, I'm off. We have a whole week of spring break. I'm off, so I'm shooting for like Wednesday, maybe afternoonish. So look out for that. So Wednesday afternoon, like, you know, maybe 3-4 o'clock, and then that will be a nice 4-hour stream. We can try to get as much done at that point as possible. So there'll be a lot more to get done. So over the weekend, while watching Nero and Steve builds, I'll be prepping for the other stream, and so we have a little bit more longer stream then. So, but yeah, this was fun. I'm excited. I'm excited. But yeah, guys, you guys have been awesome. Again, thank you, PT, for coming through and helping me out here. If you weren't here, man, I probably would be still struggling trying to figure out the bell path here. So you really came in clutch for me there. Appreciate you. And everybody else that was here, I appreciate you guys just hanging out with me and just letting me entertain you in my unique way. And yeah, so we're almost there. We're kind of there, but still got a lot more work to do, especially with the paneling and stuff like that. So, but it's looking good, pretty weighty too. I would say at least solid 50 pounds at this point, maybe 40, 50 pounds, but it's getting heavy. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it the stream. You guys have a good night, and I'll catch you Wednesday. And if I see you around like Nero streams on Saturday and Steve Bills, I'll shout you guys out. But I really do appreciate you guys just staying tuned and checking me out and supporting the channel. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.